In 2011, FEMA responded to 99 major disaster declarations, 29 emergency declarations, and 114 fire management assistance declarations. This nation has never experienced more man-made nor natural tragedies than required federal help than they did in 2011. Every corner of the nation was affected. Thousands of people suffered loss and displacement. Many of these disasters did not receive extensive media coverage, however. None of the large-scale disasters like Hurricane Katrina, but the people who lived through them, they were catastrophic moments. And in those catastrophic moments, FEMA responded. Unfortunately, in 2011, FEMA had to contend with more than the record-breaking number of disasters. Precisely at the moment when funding was most needed and disaster assistance was critical, my friends on the other side of the aisle greeted this unprecedented number of disaster by cutting FEMA's grant funding and attempting to require budgetary offsets for disaster relief. This year, I hope that history does not repeat itself, either in the number of disasters or in FEMA grant funding reduction. This Congress must do its part to assure that in times of tragedy and crisis, FEMA is willing to respond and has adequate funding and staffing. But as we do our part, FEMA must also do its part. I'm encouraged that this agency is finally getting back on track. Many stakeholders have commented about the improvement in FEMA's response, especially after the tornadoes in Joplin and Tuscaloosa. However, the nation needs to know that these stellar response efforts would not have been possible without the assistance of state and local first responders. Those state and local first responders gained their training through expertise and equipment through the use of federal grant funding. These grants were cut last year and will continue to be reduced this year. FEMA's FY2013 budget request includes a proposal to consolidate 16 individually authorized preparedness grant programs into a single, insufficiently funded pool of money. 2 weeks ago, Secretary Napolitano, in testimony before this committee, pledged to include stakeholders in future discussions about grant reforms. I look forward to those discussions. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.